Yo! Welcome to the channel once again. Today we're doing a top 10 video, and it's Adult Swim, everyone's favorite channel, am I right? Okay, now, I know what you're thinking. Adult Swim only has garbage, and you know what? That is because you are not looking in the right places, okay? Now, sure, a lot of the Adult Swim shows are very miss, but a lot of them are very hit as well. They have good shows, like, surprisingly to some of you. I have sat down and watched basically any Adult Swim show that I can get my hands on just because I love the channel and I used to stay up all night whenever cable was, a thing instead of Netflix or Hulu or, HBO Max and stuff like that. There used to be a thing called cable, for any of you that don't know, because it's basically a dead media at this point. And that's where Adult Swim would come on at I think it was a 9, and then I would stay up even whenever I was like a little kid. I would stay up until like 4 in the morning watching it. And dude, Adult Swim, freaking amazing. And then Toonami, man, Toonami was an absolute banger. It's not a part of Adult Swim; it's a whole different block that would come on after Adult Swim. But oh my god, Toonami is absolutely nothing but bangers. So many good anime and everything that I found from that. Dude, Toonami. I might do a whole video talking about Toonami and how much I love it. But today we're talking about Adult Swim, like I said. So yeah, let's just start with intro. Intro. Drop it down. Word to your mother. Number 10, which is Robot Chicken. Yeah, I love Robot Chicken. Robot Chicken is actually pretty good throughout all of it. I don't even know if Robot Chicken is done. Aren't they still making episodes and stuff? I love Robot Chicken. All of the specials, I would always watch them anytime I actually had cable. There was one night that I was in a hotel because we went on vacation, and it was during the Walking Dead special that came on with Negan, like popping the soda in Carl's eye, like using it as a can opener and stuff. It was a freaking amazing. But yeah, I watched all the specials and everything. I love Robot Chicken. If you are a big nerd for like 80s stuff and everything, this is the perfect show for you. Or if you just like cool, like little whatever it's called, this type of animation. I'm completely blanking on what it's called now, but yeah, this is just a good show. And the chicken fighting the doctor was always absolute peak. I mean, even Dragon Ball Z could never get up to the standards that this show held for their fights. And come on, Bitch Pudding is one of the coolest characters ever. Come on. Number 9 and number 8 were actually pretty close. I think this is my number 9 for right now, at least, and that's Super Gel. I love this show. I watched a few episodes whenever I had cable, and I always thought it was cool, and then I started watching it again now, and I don't know, I've gotten hooked on it. I might do a whole video talking about what characters could and couldn't escape from Super Gel, just because this show is insane and actually really, really funny. I just love it. The gore is amazing. The intro, how it changes every time. It's just someone getting brought to Super Gel and it's the same dude over and over. It's beautiful. It's actually a really, really cool intro. This is such a cool show. And the warden looks like the Onceler. Like, it looks like a Dr. Seuss character. And this entire thing seems like a weird, messed up version of a Dr. Seuss story. Man, I love it, man. Number 8 is The Shivering Truth. If you haven't seen this, you need to go and watch it. This is basically like a weird, not really animated. They use the claymation or whatever it's called, like that type of animation for it. And it is basically just a Twilight Zone-esque series where a whole bunch of weird stuff happens to people and they never show back up. Or I haven't seen any of them show back up yet. But yeah, it's just a really cool show, and like, I don't know, it's so surreal in some episodes, and just the body horror in some episodes, and like some of them are like actually really deep, or trying to be deep at least, and this is a really good show. I would love to see this come back, actually, because this is genuinely an amazing show. I think number 7 would be YOLO Crystal Fantasy. Okay, this is made by the same dudes who made Smiley Friends. I'm pretty sure. And I watched the first and second season, and the first episode didn't really grasp me, but then I started watching more of it, and yeah, this show is absolutely hilarious. There is a lot of really funny parts, and the main character is actually relatable, and her best friend, I can't really remember her name right now, is it Susan or something, is just the worst. Like, throughout the entire series, every single episode, I was like, I really hope she gets rid of her this episode. And then there are episodes where she does get rid of her, and her life gets like dramatically better until she starts seeing her again, and then it just starts to plummet down. Dude, this is a good show. It gets really weird. It's set in Australia, so you know for a fact there's a bunch of horrifying, just messed up animals. I don't know. There's a third season like being made right now, I guess. I had to look it up because I finished the second season. I was like, oh, is that all? But yeah, there's more coming out apparently. But yeah, this is a really, really good show. If you have HBO Max, you should definitely check it out before season 3 comes out so that you can watch it and just comment if you've seen this and tell me what you think. I genu I I don't know. This is in the same vein as Smiling Friends, but it's completely different, and it's set in Australia, which makes it 20 times better. There weren't any Crocodile Dundee jokes, which kind of makes me mad, but whatever. I think my favorite episode of the show as of right now is they go back in time and the meteor is coming and like threatening to destroy them all. And then the friend that I hate ends up falling in love with this weird rat dinosaur thing, and then its head gets cut off, and it's like actually sad. Like, I don't know why it made me feel sad for the poor rat thing, but yeah, this is actually a good show, man. Number 5 is Mike Tyson Mysteries. I still watch the show over and over. It is literally just what it sounds like. It's Scooby Doo, but Mike Tyson. It's got Norm Macdonald as the pigeon, which I had to think of his name really fast. Norm Macdonald, if you don't know, I've talked about him a couple times in videos and stuff, but he's the one comedian that I actually like watching, like stand up for and everything. He did Saturday Night Live for a while. The only like weekend reports that I watched on Saturday Night Live were his, and he's freaking hilarious. The Dean from Community is in it, and then I do not know who plays Mike Tyson's adoptive daughter. I cannot remember. And then Mike Tyson obviously plays himself. But yeah, this show is hilarious and just so out of control. Most of the episodes ends with Mike and his gang not even figuring out the mystery, or the mystery just plops into their lap for no reason. It's just, oh my god, it's so good. And then the devil tries to like steal his daughter's soul in one episode, and he runs in and sucker punches him and says, "Get your hands off my daughter!" And it's so good. Dude, this is genuinely an amazing series. Come on, this is just awesome. And then I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan. I've made a whole bunch of videos about Scooby-Doo, so obviously that helps us out a little bit. And it's in the Hanna-Barbera style. Not really the art style, but just the episode layout and everything seems like it. And then I actually like this art style. I think this is it's kind of a blend of newer looking Hanna-Barbera stuff is basically what it reminds me of, because it's trying to be like the Scooby-Doo type of animation and everything, and it does really, really good. It actually reminds me of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, the newer series that's like the guest spots and everything, and it kind of reminds me of that with the episodes as well. But yeah, this is a really good series. I might have to make a whole video about this actually. Number 4 is Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Now this is a very, very, very simple series where they basically took the old 50s Space Ghost animated series and reanimated some of it to make it look like he's talking, and he talks to special guests and everything. It's literally just a late night show with Space Ghost as the host, but it is so funny, and it actually spun off into the Brak Show, which almost made this list but didn't quite make it, obviously. But yeah, the Brak Show is hilarious. This is even funnier. I absolutely love Space Ghost. They actually made a new comic book series for him not too long ago. I think it was like maybe last year, and it looks really good. I need to get some issues of it actually, but yeah, Space Ghost is awesome, and this show is absolutely hilarious. Now, it's at this point that I've realized that this list is kind of hard to make because I have like 20 that I wanted to put on this list just because I love them all. But this is the final three. So yeah, number three is Harvey Birdman. I love this movie. Their series, not movie. Yeah, it's just a really funny series. Like I said, I love Hanna-Barbera stuff, and this is literally just Harvey Birdman being an attorney for different Hanna-Barbera characters. There's an episode where, and this is gonna seem pretty just stereotypical for types of jokes you would make about Scooby-Doo, but there's an episode where he defends Shaggy for a man, what's it called? For he got accused of doing marijuana, is what it is. I completely blanked on what the word for accused was. But yeah, he helps him in court. It's actually a really good episode, and they do some stuff that you wouldn't automatically expect with that type of premise. But yeah, it's a really good episode. They have one where Fred Flintstone gets hit in the head with a bowling ball, and it turns him into like this mafia hitman type of character. He's like the big boss of this mafia, and he has to help him with that and everything. Dude, there's just so many good episodes of this show. It is genuinely a masterpiece, I would say. This is amazing, and this is genuinely where the list starts to get hard for me. Like I'm sweating, man. It's hard. It's like picking your favorite child, even though we aren't all know my favorite child is Garth. He's my favorite. He's my baby boy. Okay, I said that Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, was number three, but I was completely wrong. The Venture Bros is number three. I had to go back and recount. Yeah, The Venture Bros is kind of like Harvey Birdman, how it's making fun of, not really even making fun of, but making a different spin on the old school series and stuff. This is a very like Johnny Quest, old school superhero type of inspired series. Very 1950s esque stuff, like with Dr. Venture's whole origin story and everything, how his father kept on taking him out to adventures and everything, and it just messed him up, and now he's like this egotistical, uncaring, evil parent. I mean, seriously, he clones his kids every time they die and just does not care. This show is amazing. The Monarch is amazing. Is it 42? I think it's Henchman 42 is his number, is an absolutely amazing character. I mean, seriously, you wouldn't expect the henchman of the main villain to be a really good character, but he actually is amazing. Through the Eyes of a Henchman is a really good episode in any series. Like, if you look at it, I kind of want to see a Batman movie set just from the gangsters' point of view, just to see how horrified they are. Brock Samson pole vaults inside of someone's mouth. Not into, like, he gets shrunk or anything. He shoves the pole vault pole into their mouth and goes over the Monarch Slayer's gate, and then you get to see what it does to Henchman 42, and like seeing all of his friends and everything die every single day. You get to see what type of person it takes to be a henchman and everything. And then the Venture Brothers themselves are like really naive until like the very end. I haven't watched the movie, the newest one that's come out, but I'm wanting to tomorrow, probably, actually, now that I think of it. But yeah, the series is absolutely amazing. I think Brock Samson would be on the top 10 list for top 10 Adult Swim characters, which, yes, that would also be a very difficult list to make because all these shows that I've mentioned have some really, really funny and cool characters. But yeah, this right here, absolutely worthy of being in number 3. I actually kind of adore this show. This is amazing. If you watch any of them on this list, I'd say this is definitely one you need to watch because it's actually just really funny. It had some pretty good heartfelt moments. It's yeah, dude, I freaking love like the Johnny Quest and stuff like that though. So I mean, yeah, and it reminds me of Flash Gordon a little bit with the Monarch's design and everything. This is just a really good show, man. Number 2 is going to Moral Orel. This is just a genuinely good show with really good characters. Not good, but well written. The first episode starts with Moral, raising the dead with the Necronomicon, as you do. And yeah, that's completely different than what the series becomes. It slowly becomes him just learning new lessons and everything. It's this really Christian town that is full of hypocrites and just horrible people. And like, that's the main point of the show. And then you also have Orel himself, who is like the nicest, most innocent person ever, and he slowly realizes that everyone around him sucks. And it's really depressing until the very end of the last episode, where it shows, well, Okay, spoiler warning. Okay, anybody that doesn't want spoilers, gone. Good. Oral is at the end. Oral gets his family, and he's starts a new family because his father was obviously a horrible douchebag who shot him and just didn't take responsibility or anything. He sucks. He's genuinely like a top 10 list of worst dads in cinema or just media in general. But yeah, this is a really good show. You should definitely watch it. Season 1 is different than season 2. Season 2 gets a lot more serious and follows a the entire season follows a strict basically taking place on the same day type of thing. There's a couple episodes that are super super depressing, and then some that are really uplifting and happy, and I love this show. This is just a really well written show, and I wish we could get something more out of it, like a new show. Just make Oral be an adult and show us what his family's doing now. Give us a movie, give us anything. This is just a really really good show, and I think it was cut off way too short, to be honest. Like 2 seasons, it deserved at least 4. Okay, number 1 is Black Dynamite. This is another show that I think was cut off way too soon, but that's just because I think they could have made 50 seasons of this and I would have kept watching it. This is an amazing movie. Black Dynamite is based off of a live action movie made by Michael Jai White, or however you say his name, Jai White. I don't know, man. I think it's Jai? Michael Jai White? I don't know. Black Dynamite is one of the best shows ever made. And like I said, I would have watched like 50 seasons, but I think I only got like 2 or 3. I watched it for like the second time not too long ago, but yeah, it's on HBO Max. This is one of these shows that I think you should absolutely watch. Please go and watch it. This is genuinely an amazing show. There's weird puppets that have daddy issues. Black Dynamite has his own daddy issues. He throws a rock from the moon so hard that it hits O.J. Simpson, and yeah, O.J. Simpson's in this. And you know what? Black Dynamite called it before anyone else. O.J. Simpson was the worst. And it hits him after he lands back on Earth. This is an amazing show. He fights Black Jaws, and he fucks the water. That's how he swims. He didn't know how to swim until then. And then I'm pretty sure the captain that taught him how to was voiced by Samuel Jackson, and he tells him to treat the water like a beautiful woman. So he gets in the water and fucks it. And then he humps his way to the shark and karate kicks it. Black Jaws gets karate kicked to death. It's beautiful. It's genuinely just pure cinema. It's absolutely amazing. Yeah, this is definitely number 1. This is so good. There are so many episodes that I could point at that show you just how good it is, but you need to watch it. And watch the movie, too. The movie is absolutely amazing. Like, some of the funniest stuff you'll ever see. It's actually, like, one of my favorite comedy movies. Yeah, this is just a beautiful series. Yeah. Okay, that's my 1 through 10. So now you comment your favorite or least favorite Adult Swim show. I know a lot of people hate Mr. Pickles. You want to talk about your hatred or love for that show? Go ahead. It didn't make this list. Doesn't that make you angry, whether you hate it or love it? It does. Go ahead and comment. It's okay. Yeah, like, subscribe, all that type of stuff. Yeah, see ya.